the 18 WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. During last night's meeting for the Southeast Du Bois School Board, the purchase request involving Pine Ridge, Ferdinand Elementary, Forest Park, Cedar Crest, along with the Capital Projects Fund and supplies needed in the cafeteria was approved at $16,803.56. The Southeast Board announced the retirements of 4 full-time teachers. So the shares the teachers will be saying goodbye to and plans on how to fill the positions left open.
Here in February, the board every February announces or accepts our certified staff teacher retirements. This year we have 4. Janet Cameron is a math teacher at Cedar Crest. Leslie Shobe, an English teacher at Forest Park. Rock Emmert, an English teacher at Forest Park. And Mrs. Brenda Allen, a family and consumer science teacher at Forest Park. All have announced their retirement here at the end of the school year. A lot of years' experience will be walking out the door with their retirements, but we want to wish them well. This gives us time here in the spring to where our principals can start the search for their replacements. And as students in college start graduating with teaching degrees, we'll start interviewing and showing them around, see if they're interested in teaching at Forest Park or Cedar Crest.
The after-school remediation program at Pine Ridge was given consideration again this year, discussing the importance for the program, if so, and how so.
Each year, our principals bring to the school board after-school remediation programs. We try to do those in the winter prior to the I-STEP test in the spring. By now, after the first semester, moving into the winter here, our teachers have been able to identify students that are struggling, maybe in math or English language arts, and those folks are identified, and we have a remediation budget that we use at Ferdinand Elementary and at Pine Ridge to approve remediation. Forest Park also does something with after-school tutoring, and of course Cedar Crest has their We Are Fit program, which includes after-school tutoring, which goes school year round. So remediation is important. That's one of the reasons why our students do so well in the I-Read test at grade 3. We've had situations, I can't remember the year where we had 100% kids pass, and a lot of our staff point to the remediation efforts that we take with those and helping them meet that milestone.
Also approved on the Southeast Board agenda was the membership of the School Corporation in the Statewide Credit Association, which is a third party who will collect any debt that the school cannot reclaim on their own. The school corporation is not facing any large amounts of debt from the student body, with its 1,258 students, K through 12, and the school holding a debt of $1,200, and it comes in at just 95 cents of debt per student. However, it does become time-consuming for staff to collect petty debt. The reason for the membership into the Statewide Credit Association. Last night, the Jasper Planning Commission listened to a request and presentation from Kirstein's Development in regards to a single-family subdivision request, which met with city requirements. The 23-lot subdivision Trinity Crossing is west of Lechner Lane and south of Gregory Lane, just south of Precious Blood Church. Kurt Lechner, who owns property nearby, told the commission he feels that there is a possibility of water from the proposed subdivision running onto his property. This was the 4th time that the issue was brought before the commission. The proposal was eventually tabled for 30 full days so that Lechner can work with Kirstein's Development on how to prevent their potential water problem within his property. Also, Dave Beeler was Develop Old Jasper Action Coalition presented plans at the one-room schoolhouse that the group recently acquired and plans to refurbish. Rojack wants to preserve the old Alexander Schoolhouse south of Ireland for historic purposes as well as a tourist attraction. The group plans to add a bell tower and porch and is seeking utilities from the city. They feel that the building could be used by entities such as the Jasper Library, the Greater Jasper School Corporation for field trips, among many other usages. The request was approved by the commission. The Jasper Police Department investigated a crash involving a white Chevrolet truck and an unoccupied SUV in the Holiday Liquors South parking lot last week on Friday, January the 27th. The accident happened around 2:20 p.m. with the male driver fleeing the scene of the crash. The Jasper police are asking for the public's assistance in identifying the male suspect. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255 or give the anonymous tip line a call at 812-481-COPS. A Jasper man received injuries in a two-vehicle accident along the bottoms of the US 231 between Jasper and Huntingburg on Wednesday morning, in which authorities say that one of the vehicles involved continued from the scene. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says that just before 10 a.m. yesterday, 60-year-old Charles Nunn of Jasper was southbound on 231 near Meyer Landscaping. Deputies say at that same time an unknown vehicle, of which witnesses reported as a white box truck or even possibly a tractor trailer, was headed north on 231, when, according to witnesses, objects police say were large metal pieces came off the trailer of the unknown vehicle and struck the front of Nunn's passenger car. They say one of those pieces of metal penetrated the windshield of the driver's side, striking Nunn, whose vehicle exited the roadway to the west and hit an advertising billboard support beam before coming to rest. Nunn was taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital in Jasper. No word on the extent of his injuries, but his car was reported as a total loss. A bipartisan bill promoting off-road vehicle safety for Hoosier children passed out of the House Committee of Roads and Transportation on Wednesday, District 74. And District 74 State Representative Lloyd Arnold of Leavenworth authored the bill. He says that House Bill 1200 would require anyone under the age of 18 to wear a helmet while riding or operating an off-road vehicle such as an ATV. Arnold says that the purpose of the legislation is to reduce the growing number of ATV-related deaths in the state of Indiana. Arnold says that the issue hits close to home in southern Indiana and says that he's thankful for the support of his colleagues and that they will try to raise awareness about the safety measures that should be taken by children and adults alike.
Our kids have always worn a helmet when they ride, and then did more investigation to realize that if you were to ride on the road under the age of 18, those children have to wear a helmet. So it just makes sense. It'll highly educate, parents and young kids about the safety requirements they need while they're riding off-road vehicles. Educate the kids and reduce fatalities. We have a lot of fatalities across the entire state for kids under the age of 18, and we have adults also. So the more we talk about helmet safety and everything else, hopefully it'll decrease the amount of fatalities we have.
The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says over the last 5 years, 1,285 ATV-related injuries have occurred in the state of Indiana. This past year, there were 21 deaths resulting from off-road vehicle accidents. That number is up from 16 in 2015 and from 13 in 2014. Currently, Indiana state parks and facilities require ATV riders, regardless of age, to wear helmets. That requirement, however, does not extend to private property. Arnold said that the inspiration behind the bill comes from a 2015 accident that killed an 11-year-old Warwick County girl. In July 2015, Kate Bergenschmidt was riding an ATV with a friend who was also 11 on private property in Spencer County. While riding up a hill, the ATV rolled over and trapped Bergenschmidt underneath, causing severe head trauma. She did not survive the accident, and neither of the girls were wearing a helmet at the time of this accident. Bergenschmidt's mother, Ashley, started Play for Kate in order to raise awareness about the importance of ATV safety. She testified in front of the committee during a previous hearing in support of the bill and told the story of her daughter. Bergenschmidt pointed out that when kids play football and when Kate played softball 2 hours before her accident, she had a helmet on, noting that it is required. She says that when we're putting them on these machines, we're not requiring them to wear them. Bergenschmidt says that we need to be more proactive than reactive. And she says an ATV helmet law on any property for 18 and under is a step in the right direction. The bill will now go to the full House for further consideration. And make sure you keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.